Hi Big Dragon, so I'm going to take you along this week while I read some stuff or listen to some stuff. I just got back from a crazy trip, and I've also been like a little bit of a struggle bus when I've been catching up on stuff. So like I haven't been listening to a lot of podcasts. I've just been listening to audiobooks, mostly for the Amazing Readathon, but I'm going to take you guys a week along with the week of what I listen to, but just to add a little bit of like, chaos to this. Every single time I come back in here to update my actual vlog that I'm doing, I'm going to come and update you guys, and it's going to tell me if I'm going to listen to catch up on podcast or listen to an audiobook. So we're going to start this vlog with this. It is Friday. It is the 4th of July. And I am in the middle of an audiobook and a podcast. So let me see. I can't really see it, but let me see. What am I going? Okay, so that means I have to finish the podcast that I'm listening to. I'm currently listening to a millennial, and I have to listen to one episode of What the Hype because I have felt so far behind on that. And then when I do those two things tomorrow, I will come back. I will probably update you guys at some point tomorrow. Maybe I'm going to get my nails done tomorrow, so maybe I'll listen to a few podcasts as I'm going. But I'm also currently listening to Trick or Treat by Ellie Alexander. I will attach a photo of that here. That Trick or Treat, Catch Me If You Candy. It's one of the novellas. It's one of the books in that series. I'll attach a photo here. But that is the book that I'm currently reading. But tomorrow when I'm running errands and stuff, I'm going to listen to a few podcasts because I've fallen really, really far behind. But when I get my nails done, I might put my audiobook in. So yeah, that is the plan. So I will update you guys when I have some updates for you guys tomorrow. But yeah, I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hi Big Dragons, I just want to do a bit of a quick update for the audiobook and what I've been listening to. I did wind up going to yoga today, and I got my nails done, so I wound up listening to my full podcast of Millennial. I've caught up on that, and then I'm catching up a little bit on MuggleCast. But my goal for the rest of the day today, if I go for a bike ride, is to keep listening to What the Hype because I fell so far behind on that. I'm like 9 episodes behind. And I also listened to about an hour of my audiobook, Catch Candy. I will have attached a photo. It's the Ellie Alexander Candy book. It's the Halloween mystery, and it has the death of an animal trainer. So I was gonna listen to that point because I wanted to make sure that no animals were killed, but I didn't think Ellie Alexander would do that. But sometimes they do use animal death as like a trigger, and that's a trigger for me. But it wasn't a human; it was a person, so I was okay with that. But yeah, that's what I did. And then when I came home, I wound up watching one of Book Lover Laura's scammy videos about the booktube, and I just think that content's interesting. I'm glad that I don't participate in scams like that, but it is very, very easy to fall for it. So yeah, that's what I listen to. So when I come back, hopefully later I can maybe sneak a bike ride, and it's just very, very humid today. But yeah, that is the plan. That's what I'm doing. So I will see you guys when I have more updates on what I listen to. Hi Big Dragons, I did not wind up getting a lot of listening done yesterday. I just wound up listening to a little bit more of Catch Me If You Candy, and I'm still intrigued. Like, I think this is probably going to be the last book I read of this, and then I think I'm going to move on to some podcasts. I will roll the dice. I don't know if I'm going to go out today or do anything, but I will roll the dice at some point today and see what I'm going to listen to, like, in the interim. I would love to finish this book, though, but I am having a fun time with it. So yeah, that is what I'm doing. And when I come back to you, I will probably be done with How to Catch Candy, and then we'll roll the dice and see what I'm going to listen to or read. We will see. But I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hi Big Dragons, I am back. I just want to do a quick update. I did wind up finishing my audiobook, Catch Me If You Candy by Ellie Alexander. I will have attached a photo here at some point. Book like 13 in the, I think it's like 16 in the Ellie Alexander Meet Your Baker series, and I really am liking the series. I give this book 4 stars. It was very, very fun. I think I'm a little bit burned out on this series, so I think I'm going to take a little bit of a reading break for it, but that was what I was listening to. So now we're going to decide tomorrow and the rest of today, what am I going to do? Am I going to listen to an audiobook, or am I going to listen to a podcast? Okay, I really hope podcast gets chosen because I really am so far behind, and I think it actually technically did before, and then I just didn't really read it. But let's see what gets chosen. Yay! Okay, that's good. So that was podcast. You're not going to see it because my computer's a little bit slow. But that means I can catch up on What the Hype. If I can find a graphic of it, I will attach the graphic here. This is just an entertainment news podcast where they kind of hype you up to like watch new things. And I fell really, really far behind during my school year, especially in June. I just was so distracted. I was really invested in, oh no, I lost my wheel. Oh dear. Okay, I'll have to fix that in a second. Oh dear. Okay, I'll have to fix that in a second. But I got a little bit distracted and I forgot about this podcast. So I'm going to make that my goal to do that later, is to do all of that. Oh, I lost my wheel. Okay, I'm going to have to do the wheel again. Alright, that's fine. But yeah, so that'll be my plan for tomorrow, and maybe Thursday. I'm just going to kind of take the day and I'm going to kind of just focus on that because I think I need a little bit of an audiobook break. I really listen to audiobooks exclusively in June because of the Amazing Readathon, and I think I need a little bit of an audiobook break, especially because I'm going on a trip in a couple of weeks and I'm going to use a lot of audiobooks because when I get anxious when I travel, I just need something to listen to. So yeah. Alright. I have to go fix my spinner wheel for my next vlog that I'm going to do, and I will talk to you guys when I have an update and when I'm going to probably listen to like a good number of episodes, so when I'm ready to like move on, I will give you guys a check-in. Hi Big Chickens, I'm back for this vlog. I actually did wind up listening to a podcast today when I was running my errands. I wound up listening to about half an episode of What the Hype from the Millennial MogoCast crew. I just fell so far behind during May. May was a very, very busy month. My show went up in May and I could barely focus on like anything. So like from middle of May to the end of June, my brain was a little bit fried. So I really didn't listen to a ton. So I'm really, really far behind. I'm on like 9 episodes behind on that podcast. So I need to catch up on that before I could pick up an audiobook. But yeah, that is the plan. So, but I'm listening to it. They're giving me some recs for summer shows that I want to watch. And yeah, that is what I'm doing. I'm in the middle of watching Dr. Odyssey, which did not get renewed for a second season, but that's okay. So when I make some progress on that, I will come back and we will chat about it. But I want to get at least halfway through before I pick up an audiobook because I feel like I need the kick in the butt to like get it done because it's a lot of episodes. And I have to catch up on MuggleCast, which is even more. So I will talk to you guys when I have an update for you. Bye. Dragons, I just want to do another update. I did wind up listening to 2 full podcasts of What the Hype, and I'm on their I'm literally like a month behind, so I'm on their LGBTQ plus episode where they're talking about like characters that like made an impression on them. So yeah, they're talking about like TV shows that they were younger that had LGBTQ plus rep. But that is what I'm listening to. I really want to listen to like 3 more or catch myself up because they normally have a new episode up today. So I would like to catch up this weekend and make that my priority. I also did diamond paint a little bit yesterday. So if I diamond paint again today, I will probably listen to that. But I really need to go for a bike ride. I need to go for a walk. I need to get into my habits of all of that. So that is what I'm going to do. So when I'm back with an update, I will give it to you. Bye. Dragons, I am back. I wanted to say I did wind up catching up on the entire What the Hype. So I listened to every episode that I didn't miss. The only one I didn't listen to for them was the Last of Us episode, but I want to listen to that after I've rewatched the entire show. And I don't know when I'm going to do that. So now, very, very happy I caught up on that. So now we are going to spin and we are going to see. I'm just going to see what I'm going to listen to tomorrow. Because tomorrow is Saturday. And I am not planning on like going anywhere tomorrow really. So I can, in theory, catch up on a podcast. I'm probably going to go for a bike ride and like exercise and stuff like that. But I'm not planning on like going to town. I think I'm going to take the day off. I've been so busy this week. So I might just like take the day off. So let's see, what am I going to listen to? Ooh, okay. That means I get to pick an audiobook to focus on, which is good because I haven't actually, I listened to an audiobook for a lot, but I haven't listened to one like this week, so I'm like a little bit farther behind than I would like, which means you guys are gonna get an audiobook, which is great because you guys are here for the audiobooks. Okay, let me see what is in my... Ooh, you know what I actually might read? I think I'm gonna read The Breakup Pact. You can't really see it. I'm gonna attach a photo. I think I'm gonna read The Breakup Pact by Emma Lord. I will attach a photo at some point. I started this book at some point this year and I just like never read it, but it looks like it has like a summary cover. It's Emma Lord's adult debut, so I think I'm gonna listen to that tomorrow. It's 4 hours. I have a little bit of diamond painting I definitely would like to do tomorrow, and I also would like to go for a bike ride. I have to work out tomorrow for future. So yeah, that is where we are with that. All right, let me make sure I put the wheel back so I still have the other wheel. Okay, so that is the plan for tomorrow. I'm gonna listen to The Breakup Pact and give myself an audiobook break. I also need to break it up because I've literally listened to like I listened to like a lot of Ellie Alexander in a row, so I think I need something different. So I'm gonna read The Breakup Pact tomorrow, and that will be my 4. It's almost 5 hours, so yeah, that will be my plan for tomorrow. Hi, my chickens. I just want to do a quick update. I did wind up restarting The Breakup Pact by Emma Lord. I will have attached a photo at some point, and I also listened to about 30 minutes, or like 10 minutes of my podcast. I bike ride normally once a day in the summer, and I have this very, very noisy stretch of road that I really can't listen to audiobooks, so that's what I'm probably going to do for that like 10 minutes. I'm probably just going to listen to my podcast, but I did wind up getting like, I would say like 30 minutes into the audiobook, but I had read this part before, but basically you follow this main character, and she has gone through a breakup, a very, very public breakup. And she's running this little tea shop in this quaint beachside town. I don't really think it's that specific where it is. She writes a lot of stuff set in New York, so it may actually be on Long Island, but she's not being specific in where it is. And she's kind of running this tea shop, which is not doing very well, in honor of her sister who passed away 2 years ago. And they're having some financial issues. And then the other character you're going to meet is a male character who also had a very, very public breakup, but they used to be best friends. So that's all that I've read so far, and there's, I don't know, I've read a little bit further into the story, but they basically have both gone through very, very public breakups. It kind of gives me the premise of when I read the Emily Henry's last year. It's a funny story. I think that had like a very, very similar premise, but I don't know where the story's going to go because it's been a bit since I read it. So that's where we are. I hope to get back to listening to it a little bit later. We will see. But I'll be back with an update when I have one. I'll give you an update when I've read at least like an hour of it. So I'll give you that update, guys, soon. Bye. Hi, friends. I'm back. I am still listening to a podcast. I don't want to fall too far behind. That's the danger in my podcast listening, because if I fall out of a habit of listening to it, then I have like 17 episodes to listen to, and then I just get so overwhelmed that I don't listen. So I caught up on Millennial. I'm listening to that. I basically follow like a mini podcast network. They have 3 podcasts. They have one all about Harry Potter, and they're doing like a read through, which I've been following these people since I was in high school. They have a pop culture podcast called What the Hype, which is like all about fandom, and I'm really, really liking that. And then they also have like a more political and like topical show called Millennial. So I'm catching up on Millennial. I am on part of all of their Patreons, so I do get extra content, but I feel like these are like my online friends. Like I've literally been following this group of people since I was in high school, or like middle school probably. I don't even remember when they started, but it's been a bit of an adventure for me following these people, so I'm very, very connected to them. But I'm watching that episode, I'm listening to it, so I'm gonna probably go for a bike ride at some point if it doesn't rain. But that is where we are. I would like to get back to The Breakup Pact at some point. I don't know if it's going to happen today or tomorrow, but that is the plan. So I don't even know how long this vlog is, because it's really been just like whatever I've been listening to, which is kind of the point. I said this before, I know a lot of booktubers, whatever they listen to, they also physically read. I am very different in what I physically read versus what I listen to, especially now that I have all these arcs I'm trying to read. So yeah, that is where we are. I will be back when I have an update and when I have read a bit more of The Breakup Pact. Right now, I'm right where I have read this part before, so it's like a re-experiencing of the story, but I am finding it very, very cute, and I love Emma Lord's writing. Hi Book Dragons, I am back. It has been a bit. I did a lot of listening today. I had to do a lot of different errands. I cleaned out my shed. I found a little free library in my neighborhood, which I have never actually successfully located, yesterday. So I went and I donated some of my older ARCs to that. I cleaned out my shed. I finally cleared out my Comic-Con bin. I have a bin that whenever I go to a convention, I put all my stuff in it. And life was so busy last year, I never had time to sit down and go through it. So I found some stuff that I bought that I forgot I had. I did that. I have 2 hours left of the Breakup Pack by Emma Lord. I'm adoring this. It has been such a long time since I've read a 5-star audiobook. I think it's because for a lot of this year I've just been listening to mysteries, and I am loving this story. I have loved Emma Lord since she was a YA writer. She still writes YA, but this is her adult debut, and it is my catnip. I am having such a fun time with this story. It follows these two best friends, these former best friends. They had a falling out, or they didn't really talk. One is a closeted writer, and one runs it's in a small town. She runs a little bake shop, a tea shop. She took it over after her sister passed away, and they both went through very, very public breakups on the internet. So they decide to help her failing tea shop, because her male landlord is not going to renew the lease unless she can prove that she's going to have more traffic in here. That is not generated by bad press, all the bad press she got from the reality show she was on with her ex. And then they decide to fake date to kind of sell this. And it's just so cute. I'm really, really liking it. They are very, very cute characters. You could tell that it's definitely friends to more, which is my favorite trope. Friends to enemies to more, or friends to dislike to more is one of my favorite tropes. I love the beachside town. I love the characters. I love the friend group. It's just very, very sweet. I'm having a really, really fun time with it, and I am loving it. I'm so sad it took me so long to read this book, because I think I really would have liked it if I read it sooner, but I'm loving this, and it's possibly going to be a 5-star read. So yeah, I will give you another update when I have an hour left of the audiobook. I don't know if that's going to be today or tomorrow. I did a lot outside, but I will report back when I have an update for you. Bye. Hi Book Dragons, I just want to do a quick update. I did wind up getting up. I have 40 minutes left in my audiobook of The Breakup Pack by Emma Lord, and I'm loving this. I'm devouring this. I think this is going to be my new favorite romance of the whole year. I love Emma Lord. I've been following Emma Lord since she wrote Tweet Cute, and I have just loved it, and I put this book off. I was having a really hard time listening to anything towards the end of the year, from April on. It was just really, really hard, and I focused a lot on romance books, which is why I think a lot of my audiobook listening has just been mediocre at best, because there's just been a lot of mysteries that honestly but this one so works. It's a friends to more romance. There's a bit of a fight. There is a small town vibes. It's set on the beach. We have a baking competition, and we got to potentially the third act breakup, you could call it, and or the third act situation, and I was just oh, that's cruel. And if you've ever had a best friend that knows you so well, they know exactly what to do. They know exactly what to say. They know exactly what cruel thing to say. And I'm just I so want to read the end of the book, but it's raining and I can't go outside. The puppy will get upset. So I will probably finish listening to this later. When I diamond paint, I'll diamond paint later tonight and I'll finish it. But I'm really having a fun time with this, and I'm so happy I decided to go back to listening to romance. It just has not been in the cards. But yeah, I'm really liking it. I have 40 minutes left. Right now it's going to be a 5-star read. I don't say anything that would take this away, but I really want to go back and read The Rival, which is her YA book from this year that I haven't read yet. And her new book, I have an e-arc of it, but I typically listen to my audiobooks, so we'll see. But when I'm done with that, I will give you guys an update, and then maybe I'll sneak one more book into this vlog. We will see, but I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hi Book Dragons! I am back to wrap up this vlog. I don't know when I started this vlog, so maybe it was 2 weeks, but I did want to finishing The Breakup Pact. I really, really liked it. I gave it 5 stars. Definitely a book that I think has the potential to be one of my favorite romances I read this year. I think I'm definitely going to read some more romances in the summer, because I just had a really, really fun time, and I love Emma Lord. So if you have not picked up this book and you are a fan of second chance romances, I think you should do it. So yeah, I'm going to wrap up this vlog. I read 2 books. I read Catch Me If You Can by Ellie Alexander, which I gave 4 stars, and I read The Breakup Pact by Emma Lord 5 stars, and then I listened to a lot of podcasts. All of them were from the Millennial Network. So yeah, if you want to find a fun podcast network that is not like a big global corporation, like is small, homegrown, I would highly recommend them. And I will talk to you guys for my next vlog. Bye.